On that note, may I just tell you that we have a section called High Five India, in which I ask you 5 questions, quick ones,
Right.
and then you can give answers if you want to, if you can, and then we do a
Right.
high five in the end.
Well, that's nice. Right. So,
That is the only reward, so get
so
ready.
is that a
for
left
the-
hand or you're using your left hand?
I will use my, I can use right hand
Right,
too.
I'm happy with that. Right.
Okay, yeah, see, a real who follows the Indian text would speak. Okay, so high five it is. What is India for you in one word, or you can take one sentence also?
Well, I think India to me is the Sanatana Dharma, the ancient path to wisdom and self-realization. And it has preserved that for thousands of years.
Okay.
I hope it will continue, but I am slightly worried.
And why you worry?
Because of this,
Sanskrit.
the way that the modern world has encroached on every traditional value. I think it's very frightening. I don't think people realize how dangerous that is.
Okay. If Sanskrit were a superhero, what would be its special power?
Power to raise the mind above the superficial into what is much deeper.
Brilliant. Your favorite Sanskrit text? Why? And what is its biggest contribution, you think?
Right, have you guessed? It's the Bhagavad Gita.
Nope.
It's very short. It's full of wisdom in the way that I don't even see in other Sanskrit works. And it's recognized in the tradition as having that special quality. What was the third bit of your question?
Contribution.
Well, its contribution, it's probably the most translated work of a similar length in any language.
But does the translation do justice to it, or one must learn Sanskrit to read it?
No, you're quite right in what you just said. Secondly, that no translation does justice to it, although even the translations are full of wisdom. But no, learning it in the Sanskrit, and it's no end to, I'm still teaching it every week, the Bhagavad Gita, and I discover new things every week, and how one verse connects with another, this sort of thing.
You may or may not answer that, but is there any favorite character of the stories that you have read in Gita or elsewhere? And if you could meet them, what would you ask?
Well, that's a lovely question. There are all these great sages, but I often think about this. I think if I met, let's say, Yajnavalkya, the sage that used to have long discussions with King Janaka, if I met him, would I be tongue-tied? Would I dare to ask questions? Would I feel completely belittled? I don't know. I don't know.
But you would like to meet him?
Yes, in a book.
Okay. If Sanskrit was lost to the world, what will the world lose?
Well, it would lose this connection. There are other great books. In the Chinese, there's the Tao Te Ching. In the Greek and European, there's the New Testament, and then the Old Testament. There are many such books. I think Sanskrit is perhaps more powerful because of the language itself, and these are ways that we can learn about something which is going to last beyond our human life. Otherwise our life is just a little longer than an ant's life, and it comes and goes in the same way. But I think actually, potentially, our lives are much more noble than that.
Mm. Is there any happiness mantra that you have?
Well, if you learn, for instance, to meditate, you can just, if you're in a difficult position, you can just let your mind rest on that mantra, and it brings with it its own peace. No, I'll leave it at that.
We can do a high five.
Oh,
that
right.
was a no.
Yes,
Yes,
that's it.
we did it. Brilliant.